See, FutureSights India is finally a concept, an idea which was born about 8 months ago when I had met him first in London a couple of years ago, then last time in Delhi. And since both of us belong to the innovation field and we've done work over 20 years, so one of the things which was emerging very clearly is that if innovation has to be a key vehicle to build solutions and create ideas which are, building hope and relevance to tomorrow, then the basis of thinking for those kind of ideas also need to be anchored a little ahead. How do we therefore build that basis? How do we build foresights which are credible, where if you were to use them, peep into those foresights, it sparks off a very genuine need and urge for creating solutions and ideas.
We are taking the citizen as the basic unit. We are talking to the citizens of India to see what they feel, what they aspire for, what is their thought, what are the things that they look forward to, what are the things that they are worried about, and take a picture of that in 2025.
One of the really interesting things that I've found over the past few months is the different approaches being taken in different countries. Turkey has been really at the forefront of using the Future Agenda material, and it's interesting to be here in Bangalore discussing the FutureSights India program, which really seems to be taking a life of its own going forward. I think for me, coming into this workshop, the two things that really stood out in terms of the ambition for this program was twofold. One was the sheer scale of the opportunity that we have to engage so many people. The idea of 500,000, 1 million people being part of a visioning foresight program is really totally unique and would be a first globally. But secondly, it's also the timing and the relevance. It seems to be that people are ready to have a discussion about where India is going to go over the next 10 to 15 years, what the aspirations are for where it can deliver against people's wishes and against people's visions, and also the role that India is probably going to be expected to play on the international stage over that period.
We looked through a whole set of people, and our criteria at that point was not the position which they were holding, which itself could have been a criteria because all of them are very eminent people from different fields.
Well, the last 3 days were exciting because I've never seen such an eclectic group of people getting together to brainstorm about a project which is so ambitious in its scope. It's good to have CEOs, innovators, filmmakers, consultants, educationists all together brainstorming ideas on what is possibly going to be a very important project for various sectors of Indian economy, business and society. So it's a very exciting 3 days overall.
Overall numbers for the study varied from anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million, and general consensus was, when you look at hundreds of segments in the country, unless we have between 500,000 to 1 million responses, we cannot say that it is voice of India when the country has 1,200 million people.
Are very excited by various elements of this concept, which seems relatively new in the world of future studies and futuring approaches, so to say. So I think the whole enthusiasm around doing something that's first of its kind, that's going to be different, blazing a trail, all of these things are exciting and unifying people from a diversity of backgrounds. So the whole intent of the program is to see how best can we capture these voices in as genuine and authentic and deep a manner as possible, and then disseminate it and put it across in as inspiring and user-friendly manner as possible, so that people who have a genuine interest in making or remaking the future of India in the next 15 years actually have material that will help them.
I think the diversity of thoughts we gathered today is as much as the diversity that we would like to capture going forward. I think in a sense this itself is already a microcosm of what we are embarking upon, as gathering what's in the minds of people as aspirations and trade-offs as to what they see their future some years from now.
All of us are so bullish about our growth, but somewhere we need to understand the reality of this growth. We need to understand what participative nature of this growth should be. It's all about country, it's not about a individual. I think that's the basis of FutureSights.
For me, it's about getting that rich texture and plurality and the granularity of the diversity of India. And if you're able to capture these voices, if you're able to build these voices up into coherent sights and insights about how we see India 15 years from now, how India sees itself 15 years from now, I think it will play a very valuable role in helping shape our country, helping shape our aspirations, helping us prepare ourselves to getting to where we want to see ourselves.
We've all kind of done our own thing all these years. Everybody's too busy running the rat race, so to say, and I think this is that one opportunity where you give yourself space to see what's possible beyond the realm of your own imagination, and therefore a future that could be, rather than the destined future, the way our culture believes it to be. So I think that's what is the driver.
I must really compliment the people behind the show, behind this initiative, for putting together or seeking to take this initiative to a scale which to my mind has never been done before. And this could be a very, very major initiative which could have lots of pointers to policymakers, to industry, to politicians, and to the society in general.
I think for me the whole thing is of great excitement because future excites me, ideas excite me, and change excites me. And I think to have undertaken such a defining project, I think is amazingly commendable, and it gives you a high, just the thought of it. And I can assure you the kind of high that all of us is going to experience when the project gets under execution. It's going to be phenomenal.
I think it was interesting to see, that there can be so many different perspectives, and what looked like something we'd actually figured out, and what looked like a very neat plan. We try and build their value than valuation.
As a team, we have done extremely well. We have completely different views, but the spirit of actually wanting to come and achieve something.
Because by the very fact of sort of being involved in finding out what the future trends are, or what the people of India want for the future, and really deciding the methodology of the survey, in some senses we ourselves have a say in that.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how it evolves and being a part of the journey of building the insights, because whatever pool we create at the end of it will be very valuable.
It's an attempt to peep into the future, but it's not fiction. It's not science fiction. It's not an outcome of somebody's imagination who's sitting in and doing armchair thinking. It's a very, very processized way of trying to arrive at what the future is going to be.
A huge part of making FutureSights India a success is going to be determined not by the quality of thinking that we are doing here, but the quality of people who would partner us on this. And to me, I think that's a very important part of this exercise. I know for a fact it's been conceived as an open agenda for India. I know for a fact because it is open, it would need people to participate because they fundamentally believe that this has to happen. So people who are bringing in value in terms of either funds or door opening or help or capabilities or co-creation, I know till now they all understand that it must happen, and therefore they're collaborating. And I'm just hoping as we go forward, the spirit remains of great partnership.